And welcome back to the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. It's the Sac-Joaquin section boys and girls Division 5 championship. We just finished off with the Division 5 winners as Brookside Christian, the Division 5 girls champion, with an overwhelming 72-28 victory over Capital Christian. And it's so nice, we're going to do it twice in the Division 5 boys championship. Same two teams, Brookside Christian and Capital Christian, going at it. Brookside Christian coming into this game with a 27-1 record. They're on a 16-game winning streak, averaging 86.4 points per game. They're going to be taking on the Capital Christian Cougars, the defending Sac-Joaquin Division 5 champions. Last year, their first Sac-Joaquin section title. They're coming in with a 23-4 record, averaging 59 points a game. Both teams are powerhouses in their division. Jason Patterson joining me, TC Wardell. We're going to give Joey Gonzalez a break here, and we'll take on the Division 5 boys championship ourselves. And Jason, two teams evenly matched, but you got to believe the Brookside Christian boys would love to see a replay of the first game where their girls team just absolutely dominated that Capital Christian squad.
Yeah, most definitely. Unfortunately for them, they are coming in here not the favorites, as the girls for Brookside were the favorites in their game. Brookside coming in as the number 4 seed, ranked 390 in California, as the defending champion Capital Christian Cougars are coming in as the number 2 seed, ranked 108 in the state of California. So a little bit different tale of the tapes as we come into the boys, but nonetheless, the Division 5 boys Brookside Christian team, they are a high-scoring team just like their fellow girls, and so these defending champion Cougars are definitely going to have their match put out for them, as they're going to have to score probably, I would definitely say, more than their average of 59 points in this game if they expect to repeat their championship here tonight.
No question about it. That's a huge differential between the points per game between these two squads. Brookside's lone loss this season came December 28th against Yuba City. Lost a three-pointer, 63-60. They are on a 16-game winning streak, and they're looking to make a tear here and win another section title. Last week in the semifinal, they upset top-seeded Central Catholic 69-54, led by Nick Payne and his 17 points, as Trevon Merriweather also added another 15, and Eric DeAnda with 21 points. So a lot of even, balanced scoring with this Brookside team. And even though they're not the biggest team in this tournament, they certainly play a balanced style of offense.
Yeah, most definitely. A couple of names to look out for. One you already mentioned, Eric DeAnda. He's the leading scorer with averaging 13.6 per game. He also leads the team in steals with 128 on the season. So not only is he a scorer, but he's also one to look out for. He likes to pick those pockets. Another name to look out for is number 4, Cameron Vales, as he's the leading three-point shooter on the team. 76 three-pointers made this year. He's also second on the team for scoring. So those two names right there, watch out for them on offense and as well as defense.
You know, Capital Christian definitely with a size advantage over Brookside. Their backcourt will go 6'6", 6'8", 6'6", and that's led by big 6'6", 275-pound center Nephi Lalo. 12.5 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. He's got an offer from football for Stanford next year as a defensive lineman. 4.0 grade point average, outstanding student, tremendous athlete. He leads the way for this Cougs.
So that's one thing that these Knights are going to have to watch out for if they want to stay in this one, is not give up so many steals.
And Capital's not afraid of running the ball. Good transition offense by this Capital team, and now Brookside trying to get some points on the board. They trail 6-0 with 4:42 left to go in the first quarter of this Division 5 Sac-Joaquin Section Championship. Some thought about the deep three, decided to pass on it. To the wing, driving inside, looked for the dish, stolen underneath the basket by Capital, and they're on the run again. Round 2, dish off inside to Belton, and Belton with the score. And right now, Brookside says, we need a timeout. Capital's running the floor on us. 4:23 left to go in the first quarter. It's an 8-0 Capital Christian lead.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
TC Wardell alongside Jason Patterson, producer Nathan Schemmel, and on the video we got Victor Adams manning the camera. It's the Division 5 Sac-Joaquin Section Boys Championship, and Capital, Jason, coming out fast with an 8-0 advantage.
Yeah, these
own basket.
Yeah, that's a big boy down there, 6'6". He looks like he belongs on a football field, and I wouldn't doubt he plays football come wintertime.
Brookside having trouble with the ball, loses it, and here come Capital. 2-on-1 opportunity. Going to take it up himself. A wild shot almost goes in. and Belton may have gone over the back of a Brookside player, and that's the call, and the ball will go back over to Brookside. But, boy, right now, Capital just running the Knights into the ground.
I'll tell you what, you see Rebu out there. He's got some serious speed as he broke down the lane nicely. Almost made a nice offhanded layup there. He's one to watch out for on this team, as he's already proven to be one of these main components to this offense.
And Brookside, another turnover. Coming down quick for the jump shot from 7. Good. That's Tyler Jennings, 6-foot junior with the shot. And it's a 12-2 Capital Christian advantage. As Brookside breaks the press. Vowles with the ball, swinging it around the perimeter. Back over again to Deanda. Trying to find something against this tough Capital defense. New big man in the game for Brookside. This time a wild shot goes up, no good. Rebounds, fighting for the ball, and winning the fight is Nick Abudafe. And this time getting too cute with the dribble and almost losing the ball, but stays in possession of Capital. And Capital says, hey, let's slow it down. Let's play our half-court offense.
That's definitely a smart move there by Mosley as he got the ball. He wanted to slow it down, seeing that they were trying to move it. Here's Belton with a shot.
Oh, Belton wanted to take it in his own. This time, Belton makes the steal and off his foot after a great defensive effort. And the possession will go back to Brookside.
Yeah, I like the hustle there by Belton. He puts up a left-handed floater. He happens to miss it. Brookside gets the rebound, and he stands right there and picks their pocket for another opportunity. That's a solid hustle there by Belton.
Put a soft half-court zone in. This time trying to break it through is Deanna. Deanna thrown by Belton, and that's not going anywhere. Don't take that into my house. You're not getting that out on the refrigerator.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt you see that on one of the highlights here coming after this game, as that was one heck of a block there by Belton.
Deanna will think twice before going into the paint next time as Belton comes out of the game for a breather. The Capital Christian. Josh and Deep Calon in the game, and now another turnover for Brookside. Ware taking this all in coast to coast, no good. But a foul underneath the basket, and it's going to go back to Brookside.
Yeah, that was a good steal there by Capital Christian. Unfortunately, I was expecting Ware to kind of pass that ball off as he had a 2-on-1 advantage, but he tried to take it all himself, was unable to come up with the layup, and it's going to get right back to Brookside Christian.
Well, it has been all Capital Christian in this first period, 16-6 with just under 20 seconds left to play. As McCalon gets it into the press and starting up again. They're going to hold it for the last possession of the quarter. Yo-yoing with the ball is Payne. Trying to get around. They're just completely covered. And another turnover. This one, a desperation shot put up, no good. But Capital Christian turning the table on Brookside Christian after the first quarter, 16-6 in this Sac-Joaquin Section Division 5 Boys Final here on PlayOnSports.com, your home for high school sports.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Well, I can understand why Capital Christian keeps their scoring so low and their opponent scoring so low. Their defense is outstanding. That 2-3 zone they play has just befuddled Brookside completely in that first quarter of play. Brookside scoring only 6 points in the first quarter. Still trying to figure out a way to get into the paint and get some points on the board.
I definitely agree with that one. Capital's defense has been playing solid throughout this, but I want to not take anything away from Brookside's defense, as they've only let Capital score 16 points. Capital's been playing solid offense, and they were definitely capable of more of 16 points in that quarter, but again, the Brookside defense played fairly well, only giving up 16, and they're keeping their team within 10 points right now.
And let's see what happens in quarter number 2. Brookside needing to get a little bit of punch of adrenaline here as Capital starts with the ball in the second quarter of play. Ife Leilao back into the game for Capital Christian, as is Uchene Uribe, as working the ball around the perimeter again is Mosley. They're looking for their chance. They're going to shoot this one from the elbow. Shot up, back iron, no good. Rebound this time to Brookside, and a foul going to be called against Tyler Jennings, a reach-in. And I believe that is Jennings' second foul.
You are correct with that one. It is a second foul. Second personal there for Jennings.
As Brookside will take the ball in from underneath. Brookside offensively, what do they got to do, Jason? I mean, to break through that 2-3 zone.
I'm going to say just a lot of ball movement, as that's one thing that it seems to work in basketball. Anytime you keep that ball moving, eventually you will find an open opportunity, and you just got to take advantage of those opportunities when you find them.
So they set up again. Cameron Vallis with the ball. They got a 3-guard offense. Actually, in some sense, a 4-guard offense for this Brookside Christian team. Driving the lane this time, no good. Wild shot. Rebounds free. Kalen with the pickup. Nice job by the junior 6'6" center for Brookside Christian with his first 2 points of the game.
That's a big boy, 6'6".
And now turnover this time for Capital. And ball's on the floor, and they turn it right back over to where and the Capital Cougars had an opportunity there was Nick Payne, but he hit the deck and lost the ball, and now Capital back on offense. As they swing the ball around, get the high pick from Mr. Belton. Belton looking for some room down low. Got the big man in there for Capital Christian as they weave the ball around at the guard spot. And this time trying to get the ball inside, and it's going to be off the hands of Lalo. And now Brookside showing a little bit of a momentum their way as they trail 16-8 with 6:27 left until halftime.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed to do coming out here in the second quarter. They weren't down an substantial amount. They were only down 10 points. They've got that within 8 now, so if they can continue to work on this lead, they are right where they want to be here in this game.
Brookside swinging around. 3-point shot, thought about, decided not to. This time, NBA 3. In and out, no good. Rebound to Capital. The pass tipped, and that could be a foul, personal, and looks like it's going to go against Cameron Vallis. And that's exactly what's going to be happening. That is his first personal. He kind of gave a little bump out of bounds to Mr. Edward Ware. And Capital back on the attack. Working this ball around. They've done a good job getting the ball into the paint so far with their big man. And right there wide open is Belton. And Belton off his fingertips into the first row. And a ball go over to Brookside. Right now, Capital offensively not looking too hot. They're struggling a little bit on their side of the court.
I definitely agree. I think.
Nice play inside. Hey, Brookside right back at you. That's Enrico Oliver making up for those 2 missed free throws. It's a 23-16 Capital Christian lead. Just under a minute to play until halftime. It's been an entertaining game, certainly much more so than the previous game, the Division V Girls Championship, where Brookside Christian ran away with it 72-38. Belton at the baseline, triple coverage, flings it back outside. And a flying layup attempt, no good. Rebound Brookside, and here come the Big Blue. Downside to Payne. Payne's going to try to reverse it, sends it back inside to a pass, and no good. And fighting for the ball, and boy, these guys are battling for it all the way out of bounds. Somebody better break this one up before it gets ugly.
Yeah, that was definitely starting to get a little physical there, as it was Mosley fighting for the ball against Payne, I believe.
They're going to take that one to the locker room as they were rolling all the way out of bounds, and the ball will go to Brookside. They'll get it underneath their own hoop with 38 seconds left to go until halftime, with Capital holding a 23-16 advantage in this Division V Sac-Joaquin Boys Championship. Brookside not letting go here. Looked early, didn't look too good for the Knights, but they've come back strong in the second quarter, trailing only by 7. And we have a little bit of a delay on the court. And now we're back into action. As they're looking for that outside shot, and a 3-pointer up again, no good. This time ball's loose, and it's Mosley with it. Mosley's going to go coast to coast with it, and a beautiful lay-in. Nice body control, and it's a 25-16 Capital Christian lead.
Yeah, that was beautiful there by Mosley as he made a nice crossover and took it right in there.
Oh, the big man, Nife Leilau, says that's my basketball, and Brookside fouls him.
Yeah, that was just desperation there by number 3, Eric DeAndez. He was just trying to swat at that ball and hopefully maybe getting a hand on one. Unfortunately for him, he was not able to, and he draws his second personal here.
Clock continues to run, 12 seconds left as Shelton Mosley brings the ball down. Under 5, going to put this one up, layup, finger roll, good!
That was beautiful.
UC Irube with the shot, a desperation shot at the last second, no good, as Brookside runs out of gas at the second quarter after a great start. Capital Christian with a 27-16 halftime lead. Folks, we're going to take a break here from the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. And we'll be back with the second half of action here in the Division V Boys Championship on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
And we are back for the second half of action. It's Division V Boys Sac-Joaquin Section Championship, and that was Mr. Nick Payne with the first points for Brookside in the second half as Brookside trails Capital Christian 27-18, and we are just underway here in the second half of play. T.C. Wardell alongside Jason Patterson from the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. And quickly inside is Cap Christian. Rebound off to Belton. Belton's had a great game, 8 points today as that ball swatted away out of bounds. It'll go back to Capital Christian.
That was a solid play there by Trayvon Merriweather. He got his hand on the ball, batted it out. It's exactly what they want to do. They need to try to get their hands on some of these balls here. Stop Capital Christian on this offensive onslaught that they've been doing so far. Only down 9 points right here. So if they can go on a little bit of a run, they could shorten that lead.
Ware, the big six man into the game. He'll start the second half of play. as he stopped from the wing. They're going to set this back up, swing it around the big man, Nife Laylo. And now they're working around against this man defense. Actually, it's a 2-3 matchup zone that Brookside's coming out with. This side cutting through the lane. No good. Rebound. Gets his own, but this one's going to be tipped off the hand of a Brookside defender. And Capital retain possession underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, this Brookside Christian offense needs to get themselves moving. Their defense is playing fairly well, definitely enough for to keep their team in it. But this offense needs to start firing on all cylinders if they want to keep up with this Capital Christian offense.
Trey Belton and Uchenna Irebu are leading scorers for Capital Christian with 8 and 7 points apiece. Brookside trying to keep pace, trailing 27-18 just early in this third period. This Division 5 Boys Championship, and 5-second inbound violation, and the ball will go over to Brookside.
Yeah, that's exactly what Brookside wants right there, is a little bit of a momentum change. If they can go down here and get another basket, they need to start getting Mr. Mo to start drifting towards their side of the court.
Absolutely correct. 6:45 left to go in the third quarter. Capital Christian with a 27-18 lead over Brookside. The Knights with the basketball with a nice turnabout. Dish back inside. Good idea on the pass, but Oliver not ready for it, and here comes Capital Christian. That's Shelton Mosley. He's going to take that, kicks back inside to Nife Laylo. Laylo fights his way inside, can't get it, but he'll go to the line to shoot two on the foul inside.
That's a big boy down there in the paint. He's also got another guy with him, Trey Belton, who's 6'6" as well. But Laylo just looking like he is way bigger when it comes to the weight. I don't have his weight. Oh, actually, I believe it's 275 pounds. So he is a big boy down there. You expect to see him on an offensive line or even a defensive line in a football game, but nonetheless, he is standing at the stripe right now trying to put some more points up for the Capital Cougars here in basketball.
And before the start of his junior year, Stanford has offered him a scholarship. He's a 4.0 student. And from the line, drills the second, and it's a 28-18 Capital Christian lead with 6:26 left to go in the third. As Brookside now trying to get something going and dribbling wildly down the key. Lucky he was able to retain possession, and basically bailed out was Merriweather on a foul against the big man, Laylo. And oddly enough, that is Laylo's only his first personal foul. So Brookside will take it out underneath their own basket. 6:20 left to go in the third. In this Division 5 Sac-Joaquin Section Championship, shot up no good. Belton with a rebound. He loses it, picks it back up. And swing back outside to his guards. Cutting through the lane with a nice pass inside to Laylo. Laylo at the block. He's going to put up a wild hook and score. Whoa. Nice touch.
Yeah, that was very nice play on a post-up. He just turns around, hits the fadeaway jumper. Nice play there by Laylo.
It's a 30-18 Capital Christian lead. 5:53 left to go in the third. That's Brookside needing to find some magic here to get back into this ball game. Spin move, bad position. He's going to be taken off and off the fingertips of Shelton Mosley. Careless ball handling by the guards of Brookside.
They are going to keep possession, though. It looks like it did trickle off a Cougar's hand, so it's a break there for the Knights. As there's a long three by Williams.
Williams no good, but it's going to go off the foot of Capital Christian's Uche Iribu, and that was going to retain possession.
That was a heads-up play there by Trayvon Merriweather. He was drifting out of bounds, and he threw it right off the defender's foot, and they're going to keep possession.
Kilon from the elbow, no good, in and out off the rim. And now on the run comes Capital, and Capital, that looked like an alley-oop on the way, but unable to convert and rebound to Kilon.
Yeah, he was up there high enough. I thought he was going to dunk that one in.
So Brookside with a chance. Three-pointer off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Capital. And they're on the run, and this is going to be uncontested layup, and that's good.
Yeah, you can see the Capital Cougars teammates over there on the bench. They keep standing anytime Irebu gets the ball. It looks like they're expecting him to dunk one in, and they get excited anytime he's on that fast break.
Brookside needs to slow it down, calls a timeout. Actually, Capital calls the timeout at the 5:05 mark of the third quarter. It's 32-18, Capital Christian over Brookside in the Division 5 Sac-Joaquin Section Championships.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
That's Jason Patterson. I'm TC Wardell from Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. This is the second of 4 Sac-Joaquin Section Division Championship games playing tonight. We're going to go hit you with 6 games tomorrow on Saturday, March 2nd from morning to night. So stay with us here on PlayOnSports.com for all your Sac-Joaquin Section Championship action. Right now it's Capital Christian in the Division 5 Boys Championship game at the 5:05 mark of the third period with a 32-18 lead over Brookside. And right now, Jason, Brookside needing to find something to build that momentum, to get that edge, to get back into this ball game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As one thing we had mentioned earlier, whatever team in the first 2 games here wearing the all-white jerseys, they have been the aggressors, as this game being the Capital Christian Cougars in the all-white jerseys, and they are doing a solid play on both sides of the ball so far.
And now working inside on a wild shot, going to go in and out, no good by Kenyon Williams, but he was fouled on his way to the hoop. And he'll go to the line to shoot, too. Well, they're trying everything they can. They're putting up wild shots in the paint. I'll tell you, and the reason why is because the big men for Capital Christian are forcing them to alter their shots when they cut through the paint.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Down there, it was, Williams that was trying to drive, and he got fouled by Lalo, who's going to pick up his 3rd personal. So that's one thing you're going to have to watch out here, as one of their big men has already got 3 fouls for Capital Christian.
Keep an eye on that. He's their leading scorer and rebounder. Brookside not able to cut the advantage. Still 32-18 with 4:38 left to go in the third. As they set up their inbound play. Inside Leaface, ball stolen away. And then almost stolen again. That's going to be a reach-in foul. I think Sheldon Mosley's going to be called on this one.
Yeah, number 33 on that one, Malik Goodlow, who was carrying the ball. And so he was the one trying to get down, and he got reached in on. So there's Brookside Christian now trying to move it around the horn.
And he works it up. That's the big man, Kalon, from the free throw line. In and out, no good. But this time, a great follow-up. Deanda goes into the land of the big trees, finds the rebound and puts it up. And now Brookside trails by 8 with 2:32 left to go in the third quarter. And Deanda's fired up.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And thank you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Live from the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. It's the Sac-Joaquin Section Boys and Girls Basketball Championships today, Friday, and 6 games on Saturday. We'll be covering for you live. This is game number 2 of 4 here this evening, as Capital Christian holds a 32-24 lead against Brookside Christian in the Division 5 Boys Championship. We just earlier watched Brookside Christian tear apart Capital Christian's girls team 72-28. Now we kind of have a change of momentum here as Capital Christian trying to close out this Division 5 championship. And the big 275 forward just did a fullback move into the paint. Lalo just buried.
He was looking back to the football time on that one as he tried to just drive it in there.
That can't be fun for any defender against a big man like that.
No, I'm good off having that kid come anywhere near me running full head of steam.
32-24, Capital Christian still with the lead with 2 minutes left to go in the third. Brookside trying to work it around the perimeter, looking for that shot. Not really looking too much inside. They're in that high-low now, 2 men in the corner. They got to move Kalon out of there. And a bad pass this time by Payne, and it's intercepted by Ware. And Jennings will slow up the offense for Capital Christian with an 8-point lead. Setting up, the big man sets the pick, swings it back around. Good defense this time. Back to a man-to-man for this Brookside Knights team. Belton the top. Back to Ware. Ware thought about it for a second. This time Belton at the elbow. Owen's going to cut inside the key, and this time loses the ball. And this And just as I turn it around, they get it back again. Capital with the turnover, as Payne couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, if this Brookside Knights team needs to get moving, they need to get Eric DeAnda going as their leading scorer, coming in averaging 13.6 points a game, has only got 4 points on the evening, so they need to get him moving. Their leading three-point shooter, Cameron Vales, has also only got 2 points of the game, so both leading scorers for this Brookside Christian team have yet to get going.
I'll say this about Capital. Belton has not scored any points in this second half, and now Ware steps out of bounds. And another turnover. We're seeing some sloppy play by both these teams right now. Might be getting a little bit out of control as they're both starting to press a little bit. 1:06 left to go in the third quarter. We're starting to see some substitutes for both squads now. Capital Christian with a 32-24 lead. The defending Sac-Joaquin Division 5 champions. Looking to make it 2 in a row. But Brookside's going to have something to say about it before it's all said and done. As the Knights have the ball on offense, DeAnda with the ball now inside the paint. Swings it back out, tough pass, nice pickup by Williams to save that. As they're looking to swing it around some more. This time, carry past Kalon from 18 feet out. Beautiful shot by the big man from the baseline. Kalon makes it a 32-26 Capital advantage.
Yeah, you don't get any better of a shot from your big man than that. That didn't even touch rim. It was absolutely beautiful. Brings him within 6 points here.
He's been huge ever since coming into the game.
No, I agree. He's been a lot of help there for the offense for the Brookside Christian Knights.
Under 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Belton with the ball. Free throw line. He took a walk. You bet he did in the paint, and that's going to be another turnover. He is really struggling in the second half.
Yeah, Brookside Christian is excited right now. They want to take advantage of this. They want to take this last shot, and if they can drain it, they'll be within only 4 points.
Trailing by 6 now, under 7 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Now they got to figure it out quickly. Someone's got to put this ball up, and they do. Leap and Lena from 18, no good. Kalon underneath on the reverse layup, no good. But Brookside coming back in a fury in this third quarter. Now trailing Capital Christian 32-26. Going to quarter number 4 in this Division 5 boys Sac-Joaquin Championship game.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And Jason, you made a good point earlier in the game with regard to Brookside Christian. They average 86 points per game, just running people over. In fact, they had 7 games this year where they scored over 100 points. But tonight, Brookside Christian, although trailing by 6, has kept Capital only 32 points over the course of 3 quarters. So Brookside's defense definitely doing something right here this evening.
I definitely agree. As you said, Brookside Christian, like you said, coming in averaging 86 points a game. So despite the fact that Capital Christian only averaging 59 points a game, they are doing exactly what I said they needed to do, and that was cut that 86 points a game. And right now they've only given up 26 points through 3 quarters. So hats off to their defense, and again, hats off to their entire team right now as they are looking to hold out this lead 8 minutes away from taking home a Division 5 section or Sac-Joaquin section championships.
Brookside Capital going into this fourth quarter, they have got to get their offense on track. Their defense is doing a tremendous job so far, but they got to put some points on the board. They trail by 6 in this final quarter as Capital starts the fourth with a ball. As Brookside sets them their man-to-man defense. Big man, Nifu Leilau in the game. Looks at Jennings. Jennings back to Leilau, down to the block, triple teamed and fouled. They had to bring the entire Brookside Capital team to stop that man. And Leilau will go to the line to shoot 2. And that's where the real advantage here for Capital Christian. And don't be surprised to see them really work it down low with their 2 big men, Belton and Leilau, this quarter, and force a lot of fouls and get to the line.
Well, yeah, between the 2, if you stacked them on top of each other, they'd be about 13 feet tall. And not to mention, they're each about 250-plus pounds. So those are 2 huge boys down there in the paint for Capital Christian.
Definitely a case of David and Goliath between these 2 schools, which is appropriate. They're both parochial schools. As Leilau hits his free throws, it's a Capital lead of 34-26. And Brookside got to make it happen here on offense against a bigger Capital Christian squad. And swinging around again for Brookside. You can see Williams, Payne, Deanda at the guard spots. Deanda with a shot in the paint. No good. Rebound inside. Good this time. But Kalon, he has been the man for this Brookside team ever since coming into the game. An enforcer for the Knights. And a timeout by the Cougars as Brookside again narrows the margin to 6 points with 7:08 left to go in the fourth period.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
TC Wardell alongside Jason Patterson. Our producer Nathan Schemmel working the keyboards for us. And, of course, Victor Adams on the camera for playonsports.com from the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. The boys Division 5 Sac-Joaquin Section Championship, and it's been a good one so far. Capital Christian holding a 34-28 lead over Brookside Christian with 7:08 left to go in this fourth and final period. And the Brookside offense needing to get some momentum going here and starting to show a little bit on the press side on the half court and breaking it. There's actually Shelton Mosley to Belton, and Belton thinking about it, going to swing it back out to his guards and set up the offense.
Yeah, anytime this Capital Christian offense wants to go and just slow it down and keep it going, they always give the ball back to number 33, Mosley, as he's obviously the guy to have the ball when they're trying to slow down that offense.
Look at that. That's Kalon stealing it away from Belton. The big man going at it, and there another steal there by Erubu. Unbelievable. A lot of fast-paced action. These two teams, they know it's clutch time now in the fourth and final period. Andrew goes baseline, swings it out to the three-point line. Trey going up and good. Brookside closing the gap. 34-31, 6:25 left to go.
Yeah, if Capital Christian wants to take home their back-to-back championships, they need to not let Vale sit out there wide open on the three-point line, as he is the leading three-point shooter for this Brookside Knights offense. Down only 3 points now, and this has brought Brookside right back into it. Capital Christian needs a big bucket here.
You're looking for it right there. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Brookside. And here come the Cougars. I'm looking to slow it up. Here's Williams. Out to Vales. Vales just drilled that last three-pointer to close the gap to three. This time Mountain loses the ball, and lucky to maintain possession there. Shelton Mosley nearly stole it. And the Cougars will keep it at their own baseline. 5:48 left to go in this ball game. Division 5 Sac-Joaquin Section Championship on the line. As Deanna tries to spin move, and they caught him. Or not him, they've got a foul against Brookside. Ooh, Deanna on an offensive foul call. 15 foul against Brookside. And that's DeAndra's fourth personal. No, pardon me, that's his first personal. Nobody particularly in foul trouble really for either team. A couple with three at the moment. Shelton Mosley out of control in the lane, but finally gets control and kicks it right back out again. Says, let's take some time and set this up. Capital Christian leading by 3. Brookside starting to show some life again. Working inside the paint to the big man, Lalo. Lalo gets inside and scores it. Boy, that's going to be tough to stop. And it's a 36-31 Capital Christian lead again.
That was a big bucket for these Cougars. They needed that. They don't want to give Brookside a one-possession game as they are down, Brookside's down 5 points right now.
Free throw jump shot, no good. Rebound Belton, and this time it is on the foul against Belton. It's Malik Goodlow. 6 foot going up against 6'6". And that'll be the 6th team foul against the Brookside Christian Knights. With 4:15. Williams 3-point attempt, no good, but he is fouled.
Uh-oh.
Wow, not a Phi Beta Kappa foul by Aribu.
Yeah, that was not a very smart foul there as he took that 3-point shot, and it went wide, as that was kind of a wild little transition on both sides of the ball there.
So Kenyon Williams, yeah, you're not kidding. That ball was in the air. Nobody had control of it for about 30 seconds. Kenyon Williams' first attempt is good.
These are 3 big free throws right now for these Knights.
Absolutely huge. 4-point Capital Christian advantage right now. 4:15 left to go in this ball game. Second of three is good.
These are clutch.
Ice in his veins. Kenyon Williams from the line hits the first 2 of 3. And you got to believe that head coach Devon Jones is not too thrilled with his car to Rebu for that 3-point foul. This time off the front iron, no good. And a rebound at Capital Christian.
Still made it a one-possession game, did these Knights. Now only down 3 points with 4 minutes to go in this ball game. This ball game is getting close, and it's definitely getting interesting here coming down to it.
Trying to work hard on the man-to-man defense. A wild shot by Jennings. Rebound Belton. The big man goes up, no good, but he's fouled on his way up to the hoop, and he'll go to the line to shoot too. That, again, is the disadvantage that Brookside has against this Capital Christian team inside the paint. Just too much size.
Well, yeah, like I said, they got the 2 6'6"ers and a 6'5" and even a 6'8" guy in there. And you look on the other side of the ball, and their tallest guy on the court is 6'6", but anything close to that would be a 6'2". So they've got one 6'6" against three players who are at least 6'5" or taller.
So Belton in his first free throw, high shot. Wow, that one hit high off the backboard and off the back rim, no good. So Brookside.
You can hear the Brookside following in here, giving us the ohs, trying to get him to miss.
Resuscitating another high shot. Whoa, Rainbow goes. And Abu Dhabi will go to the line to shoot. The 8th team foul. It should be a 1-on-1. Got to stay in control offensively and bring that ball down against this tremendous Capital Christian defense. Abu Dhabi in and out, no good. Belton comes in with a rebound, but he's going to get called for a push. So Belton with a second foul of the game, and then the ball will go right back to Brookside. 3:36 left to go in the ball game, and Capital hanging on to a 4-point lead in this Division V championship game. Brookside figuring it out now, going up against this 3-2 defense against Capital. It's been smothering all game long. Deanda from the wing, get around, and he's going to weave it up around to Williams. They're keeping it off to the perimeter. Who's going to get that outside shot? Deanda at the elbow, puts it up. Up in, off the bounce, no good. Tipped in.
Solid play there by Trayvon Merriweather. Gets the tip, and that's going to bring them within 2 points here. These Knights are still fighting in this one.
Oh, there's no quit in this Brookside Christian basketball team. Under 3 minutes left to play. A 2-point Capital Christian lead. Teardrop shot in, good. Shelton Mosley with a clutch, and now we got a reach by Shelton Mosley after he made that great shot. And that's his third personal foul. 2:48 left to go in this ball game. A Capital Christian 4-point lead, and we have a timeout on the court. Capital wants to talk it over. 2:48 left to go in this Division V Sac-Joaquin Section Championship game here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Well, we have got a barn burner going down to the wire here in the boys Division V Sac-Joaquin Section Championship game. TC Wardell alongside Jason Patterson from Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. Game 2 of 4 here tonight. And we hope you join us tomorrow on PlayOnSports.com for the final 6 Sac-Joaquin section games, starting a tip-off at 10:30 a.m. and going all the way to the boys' Division I championship game at 8:30. So a lot of Sac-Joaquin section championship action. We hope you join us for the rest of the games tonight and as well as tomorrow here on PlayOnSports.com. But right now, we've got one that is going to the edge. Capital Christian, with 2:48 left to go in the ballgame, hanging on to a 4-point lead against a scrappy Brookside Christian team.
Yeah, scrappy is definitely a perfect word to describe this team, as they have been scrapping it out throughout this entire ball game. They were down since the first quarter, and they have just been doing all that they can to try to get back in this one. Down only 4 points with 2.5 minutes to go here in this ball game.
So Brookside with the ball, trailing by 4. 2:40 left to go in this ball game. And Deanda trying to set up the offense against this big, strong 2-3 zone. Trying to work it around, looking for a shot from the perimeter. They're not going to try to work inside too much, but they will look for an opportunity to slash the lane. What they do right there. A great pump fake and score it by Merriweather. He got Belton up in the air and got it underneath, and now it's a 2-point Capital Christian lead.
Yeah, that was solid patience by Merriweather as he knew he was going to have some big guys jumping at him, waited for them to jump, placed his timing perfectly, and put it up for 2 points.
Belton baseline gets it up. No good. What a job by Kalon defensively. And Kalon hangs on. Gets the jump ball possession arrow going to Brookside.
It's getting a little physical out there.
To say the least, Kalon has been in a number of scraps here this afternoon, but he has been key to this Brookside basketball team. The only guy really with the size that can match up with this Capital Christian team at 6'6". And now an opportunity to tie it or even take the lead, trailing by 2. 2:03 left to go in this ball game. And Brookside with the basketball. As Williams now trying to take on Aribu. And the ball lost, but now it's going to be a foul against Capital Christian. They can't believe it. They thought they had the turnover, but instead Brookside will maintain possession. In fact, it'll be Williams going to the line for Brookside, trailing by 2 with 1:49 left to go in the ball game.
Well, it doesn't get any bigger than this. Under 2 minutes to go, you got 2 shots from the free throw, down 2.
Kenyon Williams, the sophomore, off the front iron. That was a necessary shot and couldn't convert.
Yeah,
Brookside really needed that one.
As big as that one was, this one gets even bigger.
Correct. Williams' next offering is good, and it's now a 1-point Capital Christian lead as they get the ball down quickly. Shelton Mosley with the ball, and he's going to slow it up a bit, set up the offense for Capital Christian, 140 and counting in this Division V championship game.
Yeah, there is not a person from either team student body that is sitting right now. They are all on their feet, excited to see how this game ends up.
Jennings going to drive the lane, get some moves, no good, but fouled by Kalon on the way up.
That's a very smart foul there by Kalon. Has put him to the line. No free points. Get yourself to the line. Make sure that they can score them. As here in high school, you don't have as such solid free throw shooters as you do come NBA or even college.
That's a good point, Jason. That's the case. These free throws can get more jittery when it comes down to championship games like this. That basket gets even a little bit higher when you're at the free throw line. That was Kalon's 4th foul. And that one in and out of the rim, no good.
So regardless of this next free throw, this will stay a 1-possession game.
Brookside still breathing life here, trailing by 1, 1:28 left to go. As Jennings, second shot, off the back iron, no good. Belton goes over the top to save that and does, but no, he steps out of bounds. Belton did a tremendous job on the rebound, tipping it back out and trying to save it. But possession will go to Brookside as they trail by 1 with 1:28 left to go in this championship match.
This is exactly where Brookside wants to be right now. Down 1 with possession of the ball, a minute and a half to go. They need to just look for their shot. They need to have the perfect shot. If they can find that shot and drain it, they'll take the lead in this game.
This is a personification of the tortoise and the hare. And a timeout call by Brookside. 1:27 left to go in this one. Capital holding on to a 39-38 lead in this Division V Sac-Joaquin Section Championship game.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage, brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Well, this one's going down to the wire in the Sac-Joaquin section Division V championship game. 1:27 left to go in this ball game, and Brookside coming back to life over and over again in this matchup, trailing Capital Christian by 1, and we'll have the basketball as we get underway here. Boy, definitely night and day from the Division V girls game that had these same two teams playing, where Brookside Christian just overwhelmed Capital Christian's girls 72-28.
Yeah, that was definitely one blowout game. Unfortunately for the girls teams, the girls Capital Christian, they were unable to get anything going as Brookside Christian Knight girl team were just amazing today.
They were unbelievable.
But this game has been amazing just as much as the Knights were amazing in the girls game. Both teams are just as amazing in this one. Down only 1 point, Brookside trailing the entire game. And down now only 1 with possession of the ball, under a minute and a half to go. It doesn't get any better than this in the sport of basketball, ladies and gentlemen.
No question about it. The Knights have been scratching and crawling back in this game and now trail by 1. 1:27 left to go. 39-38, Capital with the lead and Brookside with the ball. As Williams now trying to take it 1-1. He sees an opening in the lane. This time Kalon, the big man, swings it back out. And this time a wild shot goes up by Williams, but he's going to get bailed out on the foul, and he'll go to the line. And he's been a little sketchy at the charity stripe here this evening.
That was a solid drive there by Williams nonetheless. He was able to get in there, draw the foul. Brookside Knights were looking for any kind of opportunity they could. He was able to get in there, like I said, and draw the foul. So if he can convert on one of these two, this will be a tie game. If he can convert on both, they will take the first lead of the game, will the Brookside Christian Knights.
Here we go. They have just been inching their way back into this ball game. And now the officials have a timeout on the court. Going to clean up a little bit of water that's underneath the basket. I'll tell you something so far, Jason. We have not heard from Nick Payne, the star guard for Brookside, for much of the second half.
Yeah, nothing from him or Eric DeAnda, both two people you would expect to have solid games. DeAnda still with only 4 points and Payne with only 4 points, so 8 points combined as the rest of the team has been picking it up for their two stars.
And Williams hits the front end, and we are tied at 39 apiece with 1:11 left to go in this Division V Boys Championship game. Williams hits this off the front end, no good. Belton with the rebound. We're tied at 39. And quickly down court comes Jennings in Capital Christian. He is being harassed by Payne, and he gets a good pick. This time's a teardrop from 15. Not going to go. Rebound. Belton over the top. Not going to get a call, but he loses it. The big man, Lalo, gets it off the foot of Capital. It's going to be Brookside ball.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy, these two teams are just scratching and crawling against each other. We are even at 39 apiece, under a minute to play.
It is definitely getting interesting here in under a minute. We've got the Brookside Christian Knights trying to take advantage of their comeback, and we've got the Capital Christian Cougars trying to hold off these clawing Knights as they are trying to get back in this one. They have tied it with the ball under 45 seconds now here in this game.
They pick up man-to-man at Capital as Williams brings the ball in across the timeline. 42 seconds left to go. We are even at 39. Williams starting to set up a play. He may shoot it himself. Got to be careful with this ball. He picks up his dribble, and they lost it there. They spin it back into, and off the hand, Shelton Mosley is everywhere, stripping that one away, and Brookside is lucky to retain possession.
There's only 14 seconds on the shot clock, though, so they're going to have to make something quick here.
Good catch on that. We're even at 39. 30 seconds left to go. This has been a beauty. Down to Kalon. Kalon now looking around, think about shooting. Payne ball now. Payne, the man behind him, loses it. And and Mosley with it and calls the timeout smartly with the ball on the floor. And Capital gets it. Another bit of
that is going to be interesting. Issues. Yeah, we should keep it right here as they call a timeout. The shot clock is now turned off, TC, so it is going to come down to it. 23.3 seconds left in this game, a tie ball game. Capital Christian is going to have possession when we come back from this timeout. But like I said, that shot clock is off. It is down to this.
I'll tell you, going through this evening, we talked about it earlier, is the Brookside's ball handling has really been sketchy, and they've kept losing basketballs. Granted, playing good harassing defense by this Capital Christian team. Boy, Payne that time, who hasn't had much of a second half, lost that one and gave the ball back over to Capital. And now Capital Christian with an opportunity with a tie ball game, 39 apiece, to hold it for the final shot and win this Division V championship.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate for Brookside as you have the ball in your guard's hand. Normally you think that's who you want to have the ball, is one of your guards, and he was just unable to play the ball nicely, and Capital was able to jump on it and call the timeout, and they are going to have the ball here. 23.3 seconds, tie ball game. Do not look away from your computer screens, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to come down to the nitty-gritty here at Sleep Train Arena.
Here we go. 23 seconds left to go in this Division V championship game. We are knotted up at 39 apiece. Capital Christian with the inbound. Back behind the timeline is Jennings.
It's handled by Capital Christian, and it's going to get the ball back in Brookside Christian's hands. So a couple of turnovers on both sides of the ball here down in under the last 20 seconds of the game. But nonetheless, Brookside Christian now going to have the ball with 7.4 seconds to go. If either one of these teams can get a shot up here at the last second and get it, that's going to be the winner. So more just anticipation to see what's going to happen here.
I don't know, Jason. I smell overtime.
Overtime?
I kind of do. I mean, unless Brookside can do something in 7 seconds and launch something up quickly against this tough Capital defense. Again, they're going to have to bring it in from all the way across the field.
They're going to need a Kobe
here.
Bryant.
Yeah, they're going to need something.
Kobe or LeBron, who never ever missed those buzzer beaters. They're going to need one of those.
This has been a story of the tortoise and the hare, where the tortoise is finding ways to keep pace with the quick jackrabbit. Wait a minute, yeah.
I thought Brookside had the
So
ball.
did I, and that's what the indication was.
They pointed that way, but I
the
guess
Cougars
it
going
changed.
underneath, and Belton with a shot inside. No good. Ball's up in the air, stripped away. Belton with it, swings it back over to one man, fouled with 0.7 seconds left to play. Is that going to be on the floor, or is that going to be a shot? Because the team fouls, Brookside had 9. That would be their 10th.
I believe that puts him in the bonus.
Oh, he is going to go to the line to
Shooting
shoot
1-and-1. Oh, my God.
With 0.7 seconds left to go.
I don't know what happened in between. I thought they had pointed the possession towards the Knights.
So did I.
And
So,
then-
in fact, they did. They did. And we. Kevin.
They don't get any bigger than this.
This
all,
is huge.
all of the pressure on Tyler Jennings right now.
Biggest free throw of his life.
Yeah, he's got to hit this one.
As Capital Christian
.5 seconds still left on the clock too.
Holy cow, we're not finished here, folks. 0.5 seconds. So right now, absolutely, that was